Hey, we need to talk about how you can protect yourself, your income, and your team. In my network marketing career, I went from struggling, losing money for 5 years to becoming one of the highest income earners in the world and producing more than $22 billion worth of revenue for my team and my clients. I'm Randy Gage, and this is the Duplication Nation MLM Pod. Hey guys, welcome back to another episode. This is a special, urgent edition of the podcast. It's just kind of driven by the events. This just last week, Modere folded up shop. The other one, Signature. Oh my God, I can't even think of the name. The Signature, they're one of the direct selling companies. Same thing. I mean, it's basically been around since 71 and they're going out of business. And we talked about this a month or two ago. I talked about those companies that are screwing their distributors and turning into one level affiliate programs, or basically just kicking out the distributors entirely and stealing the customer base they built for them. There's just a lot of bad stuff happening in our profession right now. And I got to tell you, uh, here's what I see. And I'm out there in the field. I build personally. I'm in the real world. I'm not some guru consultant who read books and teaching crap. I'm in the space, right? And I'm counseling and coaching the top income earners in the world. I'm consulting with companies all over the world. I know the pulse of what's really happening in our space. Um, Here's what I would tell you. I think the industry of network marketing is in trouble right now. I think the profession of network marketing has an incredible opportunity right now and is doing amazing. How do I, you know, how do I bring that together? Well, network marketing as an industry, meaning the companies, the suppliers, the people who are doing those things. You can see my guy hiding around trying to trip the breaker. I'm building a backsplash in my kitchen for you guys watching on YouTube. Um, so what's going on in the industry is companies are closing up, and it's not the what you see is the tip of the iceberg. There are so many companies losing money right now. There's so many companies for sale right now. There's so many companies you could buy them with just taking over their debt right now. The industry is struggling. The profession is doing amazing. People who have the training, people who have the skill, the opportunities for us are just getting bigger and better, bolder, incredible. They did so. Like take Modere, right? If just on this podcast, maybe 2 weeks ago, I think 2 or 3, I did a chopping it up with Sarah Zalecki. If you didn't hear that or watch it, go down after this show and make sure to watch it. She was just a fountain of wisdom. And she's one of the a great success story of the profession. And I'm a little proud because I'm kind of the proud papa because I was the mentor for her and Tony. They were in my team. And they got offered when Modere wanted to open the United States. Modere came and poached them from me, meaning they went to them and said, hey, we want to bring you in. We want to open the United States. We've been watching you. We're watching your skill set. We would like you to open the US for us. And now maybe you think I was angry with them and I excommunicated them and I said bad things about them and I told everybody on the team what horrible people they were because they quit. Nah, none of that. Because I see it as my coaching tree, right? You have a football coach, Bill Parcells, and he trained this guy now. He's a coach of the Chargers, and this guy's a coach of the Patriots, and this guy's a coach of the Detroit Lions, and then they get a head coordinator, and that goes, and we call that the coaching tree. And I'm really proud of my coaching tree. People that I have brought into the business, trained, taught my system, they've gone on and they've done amazing things. And the Selekis are one of them. So even though Modere went out of business last week, and I hate it for all the distributors there and people who poured their hearts into it, I'm not worried about Sarah and Tony. You know why? Because they have parachute skills. They can parachute in any company they want to go, and they're going to be okay. And that's what I want to talk to you about, protecting your team. Now, so when I talk about parachute skills, I created that term because I mean, you should be able to parachute into any country in the world that's a free enterprise country, even if you don't know the language, and be able to build a business from scratch. Why? Because you are proficient in the parachute skills. If you're not, this is the book for you. Direct Selling Success, right? I break down each of them. How to meet people, how to work a candidate list, how to invite, how to use external source tools for presenting, product skills, and follow-up skills, product story, being able to know the talking points, how to make the case for your company, and the follow-up. Those 6 skills, those are the parachute skills. If you're proficient in those, it doesn't matter what happens. Nuclear bomb could drop on your company tomorrow. You would still be able to go to somewhere where the radiation wasn't too bad, and you could build the business again. So if you're not proficient in those, study them. So people on your team who are part-time, people starting off, teach them the skills in that book. Everyone on your team, here's the second. I'm going to give you 3 resources today. Second resource is my book, The ABCs of MLM. That's a belief builder. Get that in the hands of every new distributor you get as soon as they enroll. It'll really build the belief, keep them around long enough to get some success so they can survive when there's any bumps in the road. Then the third resource I want to talk about, this is not for everyone, but all of you who are full-time in the profession, you have to read this book, DEFCON 1 Direct Selling, for you guys listening on the podcast. This is a manual for field leaders. This is what happened. This is how to respond when the regulators shut you down with a temporary restraining order, when your CEO is a crackpot, when your company can't do the fundamentals, when your company gets bought, when your company closes down. This is the training on what to do. You got 30, 50, 100,000 team members, and you're facing one of these, what I call DEFCON 1 scenarios. That's the training, right? So here's why I think this is so important, why I wanted to do this kind of emergency show, to get those 3 resources so you're prepared, so you're protected. Here's what I say. When I say the industry is doing terrible, I'm telling you what I see in the space is that 70% of the companies right now are struggling. At best case, they're flatline. Most of them are declining, and a not unsubstantial amount are facing closing down, are facing running out of money. 70%, that's my gauge of the situation. 30%, the companies that I'm working with, the companies, Jaime and I are consulting with, they're growing. They're doing amazing. You know why? Because they're investing in 3 things. Make sure you're aware of this and look at the situation with your company. Number 1, they're investing in leaders. And I don't mean buying leaders. I mean, they're investing in training. They're training the field. They have online learning platforms. They're bringing in trainers. They're teaching people the parachute skills. Number 2, they're investing in events. in events. They're doing in-person events. And number 3, they're investing in tools, printed tools. There are some things like a product catalog, magazine. These should be printed. Like a mass market recruiting tool, these should be printed. Now, nobody wants to do that. They say, hey, everything's digital. We don't, because they don't want to spend the money. And you got different languages, cultures. It's a lot of printing. It's shipping. It's warehousing. I get it. I mean, I know all the drawbacks of it. And I also know how I have my people growing. And they're growing because they're being trained right. They have events to participate in, and they have tools to utilize with their candidates. So the 30% of companies that are doing great right now, the leaders who are doing great right now, they have those things to work with. So again, if you're just starting out, where you concentrate, read the ABCs book, get the Direct Selling Success book, and make sure you know the parachute skills. You're at least proficient in every one of them. And then for you leaders, anyone who your income, your full-time income is network marketing, leverage sales, direct selling, party plan, whatever, you've got to read DEFCON 1 direct selling. So you're prepared in case of nuclear annihilation. Okay. That's my best advice for you guys is companies come and go. And you know what? We have some evil companies. We have some companies that they bring in distributors, the distributors bring in their team, and then they're just evil and they want to steal those customers, those distributors, and cut the middleman out. And then we have some companies, they're good people. They're honest people. They just started a company, but it didn't work out. They didn't have enough money to make it. They didn't bring in the right corporate team to make it. They didn't have enough financial clout to survive some bumps in the road, or things changed, right? There's a lot of analog companies in a digital world that never made the jump. And they're good people, and they gave it their best, and they had to shut down. Doesn't matter which way. Still, you're the one on the line. You're the one, you're putting your name out there, your face out there. You're the representative of these companies. And then you brought in people and you based your income, your mortgage payment, your car payment, your investment in your business on that business continuing. So don't leave yourself open for complete chaos. Protect yourself, protect your team. All right, go on and have an amazing week. I love you guys. Peace. Hey, do me a favor before you go. Please rate this podcast and then share it with people you know who could benefit from the business building advice here. And then if you're watching on YouTube, or if you're on one of the other platforms that allow comments, please get down below. Give us a shout out to the community in the comments section. Thanks.